Alright, I'm Kathy.
Okay, I'm Isaac, and this is Jake.
He's sick, so we had to do something. Alright, so we're reading The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So it's not like the whole book, it's like 3 books in one. So we're reading the first book. Alright, good to go. Good to go. Alright.
Alright. So we'll start off with theme questions.
Alright. Yeah.
Alright, so what could be 3 themes for this story?
Okay, so, well, I mean, one theme is you reap what you sow. Like, if you start with like bad acts and you keep doing bad things, you're not gonna get rewarded. Like, you're gonna be like, bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, and like as well as like if we're bringing it real simple, like I feel like you always like try to be kind to like strangers because you don't know what
you don't know what happen if you're mean
like,
to them. Might see them again.
Yeah, it's just like you shouldn't take things for granted either. Like
and like Scrooge, he's like really negative all over the place, and like he really like hates life kind of, but then he doesn't realize that after he dies it'll be even worse.
Yeah. Alright, did you have anything? Where'd you go?
I can't. What's happening?
I hate my life. Well, we're already a minute in. Alright, there.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, what are 2 more? That could be
Okay, so another theme, well, I mean, you can change yourself. Like, you can...
Like, not like change yourself, but like...
You can do better. You can improve yourself. You're not, like, stuck in one loop. You can, like, change what you think. But,
do you have anything to put in, Jacob?
You can change your attitude, I think.
Hoping they could hear it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Alright. Okay.
I don't know if they can hear me.
I think... oh, God. Should I just push you up? Should I just put him, like, real close to the mic? Alright. Now you can see us. Oh, where did Isaac go? Just put him in the middle. Alright. Stop! Alright. Next question.
Next question? What we need another theme, though.
Okay,
well... Did, like, 4 themes,
another
bro.
theme. Yeah, so... well, I guess there's those 2 main themes, and then, like...
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of... There's kind of 2 main themes, and then the 3rd theme... I don't know if there is a 3rd theme, but...
I don't think there is. It's just, like, all of it is just, like, revolving about, like, being kind towards one another and, like don't take things for granted. Fact check.
I mean, another theme would be, like, think about your actions before you do them. Because he went through life, and he just, like, kind of messed everything up.
Yeah, he, like... moped through. Actually, I'm going to connect this back to my research. So, Charles Dickens was actually born from rags to riches. So he had like 10 other siblings. I lied. 6 other siblings about. And so like he was like well educated up until he was like 9, and then his dad was in like debt. So like because of that, like his whole family except for him. What are you doing?
Okay,
we don't have time for this. Anyways.
Yeah.
Like, so what had happened was that his whole family went to, like, a debt prison back in England, and then he was left to be in, like, forced child labor.
Okay.
So, so that's why a lot of his books is, like, revolving around, like Scrooge being really old and mean, and, like, having the children
be... someone he would have
hated. It's, like, a lot of his stories and novels are, like, how would you say it? Like inspired by his life and like the troubles that he went through.
Okay, I have another part from the book. It's page 34. Yeah. And it's like the last paragraph. So.
Okay.
This time our books are the same. So so he says don't like his nephew. So his nephew's like talking about Christmas, and so.
Bread.
Don't be cross, uncle, said the nephew. What else can I be? Returned the uncle. When I live in such a world of fools as this. Merry Christmas, out upon Merry Christmas. What Christmas time to you but time for paying bills without money? Okay, so he's kind of like, he doesn't get that Christmas is more than just like
Gifts.
like gifts and
Yeah.
like profit. He like doesn't get that. It's like kind of emotional, like it's time to be like happy. Like he doesn't get that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Okay, this one's an easy question. What theme do you think the author was trying to get across?
What was the what?
Which theme did the author try to get across?
To be kind towards one another. Like,
yeah, like
don't take things for granted.
Yeah. Don't take your life for granted. Don't take
Yeah.
others' lives for granted. Like
Uh-huh.
you only have one life, so you should use it well.
Yeah. Like,
That sort of thing.
like if we like YOLO almost. Like I'm serious.
What?
Yeah.
It's like you
true.
like should do like you should experience life to the fullest. Like you shouldn't like sit around and mope like Scrooge did.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh dang! My friend wants to shave her head right now. okay, we're just gonna
Okay.
keep going through. All right, yeah, go on.
Alright. Do you guys think a good theme for this story would be don't be selfish?
If we were just scratching the surface, yeah.
I mean that's yeah.
Why would you say yes, Kathy?
Because throughout the whole, it's like it's threaded throughout the whole story that like Scrooge was very selfish and like self-seeking and he didn't care about others up until like the three ghosts came to visit him. But that's just kind of scratching the surface of it. Like it's a very basic theme.
Yeah, and like the selfish theme, like it's part of it, but it's also like what are the results of being selfish, and like what are the results of not being selfish. So like, kind of goes beyond like just selfish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good start though.
Yeah, it's a good like running.
Yeah.
All right. Next
Okay.
one.
Next question, sir? Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
What should we go with? Which ones would you like to do?
I
Like,
don't.
Symbols or important pieces?
Turn it sideways. Oh yeah, I should turn it sideways.
Am I sideways now?
All right. You're not sideways, but now you're sideways.
Wait a second.
What do you?
Can you make it not sideways?
Oh, it's auto locked. That's
Yeah.
why. Okay.
Bruh.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. We'll just go important pieces. So in stave 3, why are they called staves, by the way? What's that about?
Staves.
Staves.
I think
Yeah,
it's just like an
it's like-
old-fashioned term for
Yeah.
chapter. I don't think that's. I think it's just chapter.
If I have his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot. Again, like a lot of like his stories and like the reason why he wrote was because he wanted to reflect on his life and like kind of put his life experiences and situations into the books that he wrote.
Yeah.
That's why. So it's because he lived in Old England as well. So that's probably why he put
Staves.
stays.
Alright, whatever. Learning about Scrooge's ex-fiance,
Mm.
and like how she left him because of like his greed and his drive for money. Well, how does this how did this affect Scrooge as a person? Like, do you think this is why he is kind of like mean and doesn't care about anybody?
I think it kind of made him bitter. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't. I mean, he got kind of greedy, and then his wife felt like she didn't know him, and then he like changed,
Yeah.
and then she left him. So then he blamed it. He didn't really blame it on himself. He kind of blamed it on other people. So then he just kind of went down a dark hole, and he just
Yeah, like I feel like that was like a starting point for him. Like it was more of like he was like gradually getting there, but then
Yeah.
like I don't know, like the money and like the financial things that kind of like tipped him over, and that's what caused him to start being so rude and mean and stuff.
I have another part of the book, page 38, at the bottom.
Where?
38.
38.
No, at the bottom.
Yep.
So what is this?
Okay, so they're like the people from the charity are like asking him if he wants to like donate to this charity for Christmas, and so they're asking him like what does he want to like how much does he want to pay, and so nothing. Scrooge replied. You wish to be anonymous? I wish to be left alone, said Scrooge. Since you asked me what I wish, gentlemen, that is my answer. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. Yeah, so he's like, he feels like if other people aren't, if he's not happy, other people shouldn't be happy. Yeah.
That also connects back to like why Scrooge is like that, like from like personal experience as well for Charles Dickens, as well as like his childhood was taken away at 9, so that because of that, like he grew up really fast, and he just never got to experience what it was like to be a kid, and so he kind of identifies like every type of event with like being old, and it's just like you're kind of like 1 year closer to like dying type thing, like
Yeah.
especially his birthday because he didn't have anybody to celebrate with until like he was like 30. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Why is Scrooge so like moved when he sees Bob Cratchit's Tiny Tim?
Wait, could you
Could
repeat
say
that?
Yeah. Why is Scrooge so like moved and upset, like moved
Yeah.
when he sees Tiny Tim and when the ghost of future present?
Because Tiny Tim reminds him of him.
Yeah, and
That
like
makes sense.
also like he's earlier he said like he doesn't care about like the masses, like
Yeah.
it's they're overpopulated. If few die, who cares? It's just reducing their population. So like then he realized it was like more personal because he saw it, and then he felt really bad because like he saw like how much people cared about Tiny Tim. And, like,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just he kind of like brushed Tiny Tim off as if like he was really nothing.
Yeah.
And then because once he saw that Tiny Tim was like, I don't know, important, and he's like crippled, that like
Yeah.
I think that's why he got emotional. All right.
Right. Why did all these encounters with the ghost turn him into like a happier, warmer person? And was selfishness involved with this?
Cause they slapped some sense into him.
Yes, but was selfishness involved?
Yeah, like I mean, in the end, he's still doing all this so he can
Better
have a
himself,
better
yeah.
have a better life. Like he's being good to other people so that he can be rewarded. It's I mean it's better, but it's still like all for himself. Like if he wasn't at risk, he wouldn't do any of this.
Like if this never happened to him, then like he would have still brushed it off and died.
Yeah.
So.
Alright. Anyone have anything like?
Okay, well, I have some more like stuff, page numbers. Okay, so let's do page 51.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like when he's talking to the ghost of Marley, and he's like Marley's like really regretful of how he lived, and so this kind of applies to Scrooge. So he's like, this is Marley. So, business, cried the ghost, wringing his hands again. Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. So, like, the charity and stuff, he's like saying that's what he should have been doing. That's what his real business was, but he didn't do it. And like his trade were just like little things, and it didn't count. Like it was his like just for his gain. Yeah, it's kind of a confusing paragraph, but I think the first part it's like saying what he should have done.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any other questions?
No, not for like important pieces. No.
Okay. Next one then.
Alright. What conclusion is the author trying to make about Scrooge? What examples showed that?
Well, I mean, part of it, obviously, he is still doing that all for himself, but at the same time, like, people can be changed. I think he's trying to make the point, like, you can't if someone's bad, they're not always bad, or they're not 100% bad. Like, you don't know someone until you really expose their true self. Like, Scrooge just kind of like walled himself up.
Yeah. It's like you can't keep living like the way that you know. Like, you have phases in your lives, like everyone has that, but like there's a certain point in time where like, yeah, like you did really bad things, but then you end up changing yourself for the better. I think that's what the author and like Scrooge was trying to say, was that like you have to change yourself if you want a better output. Like, you have to give some to get some type thing.
All right, what examples showed that, or what you guys said?
Well, so let's see. So this is page 93. Top of the page.
Oh, 93. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, well, this is just kind of showing
okay.
how he's realizing his insensitive nature. So, or this is the kind of like the ghost and them arguing about it. And so, if these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my race, returned the ghost, will find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it, and decrease the population. Scrooge hung his head to hear his own words quoted by the spirit, and was overcome by penitence and grief. So he's like realizing how like bad he was, and how he shouldn't have done these things, but
Yeah.
he hadn't realized at the time like what he was saying.
Yeah, I would say the same. Like, I think it was just like, I don't have like an exact like page number, but it's just more like him like seeing the future ghost. Like, I think that like really clicked in his head. Like, after a while, he kind of like realized that that's like he can't keep living like that, or that will end up happening. So I think that was his breaking point, or like his realization.
Yep.
Okay. Why did the ghost try to help Scrooge? Like, why? What was the point of helping him?
Because he, like, I don't know how to put it, but like he was like a sour soul, and like if he kept living like that, like he wouldn't get anything out of his life besides like people hating him and like just dying, like he had nothing to do with his life type thing. And like for that, I think the ghost is really needed to step in and be like, yo, you're doing your life wrong.
I think Marley, I'm not sure how he communicated with him, but like, basically he kind of thought he didn't want that fate to happen to Scrooge because it was so awful for himself. So then he kind of like let him know, and then I think he started that thing with all the ghosts, and then it was just kind of to save Scrooge.
Yeah.
And help others.
I'm gonna connect that back to my research. So what happened was that Scrooge, not Scrooge, but like Charles Dickens, like I say this all the time, but like he takes his personal experiences and like puts it in his books. That's why a lot like towards the end of towards like the middle of the end, like Scrooge was really like felt insecure, because when he was a younger kid, like that's the way that he felt, was that he didn't have like a friend, or he didn't have anybody to lean on, and so that's why Scrooge kind of feels like that towards the very end. That's why he doesn't have any like type of stability in his life, because he was trying to reflect that. So
yeah, and like I think when he's growing up alone, kind of like that caused him later in life to be like alone too. Like he never kind of lost that feeling like nobody cared about him, or like there wasn't that much good in the world. He kind of lost that.
Yeah. All right.
What was the last question? Okay. So Scrooge is mean to everybody. You know, we've established that. But why did people of the town, like his nephew, his workers, why did they all try to be nice to him if he's just so mean to them?
I think they were trying to change him. They were trying to see if get through to his good part of him, and it was just really hard to get through to him. But I think they thought everyone has good, so he might show that.
I don't know, like, I feel like they still need, like, if someone's still being mean to you, I feel like you should still show them kindness, because that's probably something they don't really encounter as often. Like, if someone's, like, really rude and, like, mean, like, I wouldn't want to be mean and rude back to them.
Mm-hmm.
So being nice is kind of like a instinct that... What? Do you have something different to say, Jacob?
No.
Yeah? Okay, that's what I thought. Alright. Anyways, like, it's
That was
just...
pretty nice of you to say right there, Kathy.
Well, we're friends, so it's fine.
Oh, right.
But, like, it's kind of like an instinct thing to be nice to somebody that you don't know. You know, like, even if you do know, like... Yeah, like, nobody really knew him on a personal level, besides him being rude and, like, not...
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, if someone is continuously rude to you, mean to you, would you still stay nice to them?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, this is getting kind of off topic, but at some point you just have to block them off. Like, just, not necessarily be mean, but just block them off.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that's kind of getting off topic. But
Yeah.
Okay, so I have another page number, 64, top of the page. So he's kind of regretting, like, his earlier, like, nature. So, like, he says, "What is the matter?" asked the spirit. "Nothing," said Scrooge. Oh, you.
My iPad just died.
Okay.
That's okay.
So, what is the matter? asked the spirit. "Nothing," said Scrooge. "Nothing. There was a boy singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I should like to have given him something, that's all." The ghost smiled thoughtfully and waved its hand, saying, as I did so, "Let us see another Christmas." Okay, yeah. So basically, he feels like he should have like helped the boy who was there's this boy who, like, his nose was freezing and he was really cold, and he should have, like, helped him out, but he just shooed him away. So
it's just, like, as well as, like, at some point in time, like, that person's gonna stop being mean towards you because you're saying all these nice things, and like after a while you start feeling guilty about, like, not treating that person the way they're treating you. So I think that's why Scrooge started to turn happy.
And, like, in reverse, if you're mean to everybody, they're not going to be nice to you.
Yeah.
So it kind of, that's what happened to Scrooge. Like, as he started being more mean and bitter, then it just was in a cycle. Like, if you're mean to people, they won't like you and they won't be friends with you. And so you'll stay bitter and stay, like, hating everyone.
Where was it? Okay. So I guess we'll go into, like, language and, like, symbols now. Alright. The first couple of pages, why does Scrooge use the term "dead" as a doorknob continuously to address Jacob Marley? Like, why does he use that phrase over and over again? Like, what's such significant about that phrase?
Well, it's a really, like, heavily used term, and, like, people don't really think about it, but, like, he's showing, like, he's truly gone. Like, he's, like really.
Yeah, doorknobs are kind of, like, and everything, like, necessity, but, like, it's kind of useless as well. Like,
yeah.
On its own.
Yeah, like, he was never alive, actually. I think that's kind of what he's saying. Like, a doorknob was never.
Yeah.
He was always kind of, like, living. He kind of didn't really live life. He just kind of.
Like, he didn't live.
Yeah.
Thing. Like, he was alive, but he didn't live. Got it.
He just kind of, like, walked through life. And just kind of, like.
He didn't experience anything that was harsh or, like, you know, he didn't experience anything.
And he didn't, like try harder to, like, be a better person. He just kind of, like, stayed within his comfort zone.
What does Tiny Tim symbolize?
Scrooge himself. Like, I feel like Tiny Tim's just another, like, version of Scrooge when he was younger type thing. Like Tiny Tim is kind of like I don't know, like, how to put it, but, like, Tiny Tim's, like,
happy.
I kind of think
like
youthful?
everything like opposite of Scrooge.
I think Tiny Tim's kind of represents, like, the part of Scrooge that's not like apparent. Like, I think it's like the beginning of, like, what he could be.
Yeah.
Or, like, it represents, like, what he could feel.
And it's
yeah,
like,
or make people feel, yeah.
yeah, like I feel like this could be like really off topic, but like I feel like Tiny Tim could like represent like the youth that Scrooge lost
Yeah.
through the whole time that he was like too
alone.
Alone or like too busy like thinking about the finances that
Yeah.
he kind of just lost himself.
Yeah.
Stop! Oh my gosh.
Okay, so when like Jacob always goes to visit Scrooge that Christmas Eve, what like his appearance? What does that say about what kind of life he's like in the afterlife? Like, what does that represent? Like, he's like chained. He has like raggy like clothing. Like, what does that mean?
I mean, his jaw fell off.
Yeah.
That's true.
So like, I mean, like he's falling apart, and like at the same time, he's chained to like what he's done. Like after you die, you're still what you've done doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Like
it stills with you.
Yeah.
Like you can't repair what you did.
Yeah.
Even if you're dead.
Once you're dead.
Yeah, it's there.
What's done's
you're
done.
Yeah. Like you can't take anything back.
Yeah.
While like when you're living, you still could like you can't take anything back, but you still could like change it. Like you can fix it.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, like the next couple questions are just kind of like concept questions. So like,
Okay.
this could get like off topic here.
Okay.
Just a warning. Just a warning. Why did the ghosts? Like, this is just a random Jacob sick question. Why did the ghosts come one at a time? Why didn't they come all together?
Because they are the past, future, and present. Like
Yeah, but why they just still came together?
I think it's just kind of like it goes. I mean, it works with the story, and it kind of has that like your suspense.
yeah.
Like you don't know what's gonna come next, and it's like if they all came at once, you just kind of be like overwhelmed. I think because they were showing him so many things. Like
yeah, like
you can't see your past, present, and future, even if you could all at
it's
once.
like as well as like I feel like Scrooge would have brushed them all off and be like, oh no, like you're not real. Like
yeah,
it took him a while to warm up to it and like realize what's happening.
yeah, it had to happen.
Yeah, it
several
had to
times.
happen like 4
Yeah.
times for him to realize.
Yeah.
You suck.
It's also empty.
Okay. Got it.
This question we've already like established. I'm not even gonna ask it, but the next one is, what does the word "bah humbug" mean? Like, what do you guys think it means? Like a definition for the word.
That's like our version of like saying like taint or like nut. Or, like, it's just like it's like I'm so serious. Like it's just like our go-to. Like if we like mess up, that's our go-to thing. It's to say like oh crap or like like or like to like or like when you're like like in disbelief. You're like oh no man. Like that's what.
Like
I think it's like okay. I think it's just
the
like
word when he messes up.
I think it's just like
He's like, oh, I spilled ink on my paper. Bah humbug. You know?
I think it's
like towards people.
I think it's like
It's-
brushing things
yeah.
off. Like he's
Discarding
like
it.
like he's just disbelief or like
Mhm.
or like it's either disbelief or denial or just ignoring someone or like bah humbug like Merry Christmas like or
Yeah.
like it's negative
Yeah.
like that's not yeah like
I want to start saying that from now on.
yeah
Okay. Well, yeah.
are those your only questions?
Yeah.
Okay, don't leave yet.
I'm not gonna.
So okay.
You guys just say what you have to say, and we'll wrap it up here.
Okay, so I have another quote, page 49.
Okay.
49?
Yeah.
No, 39. Alright, good to go.
Okay, so the ghost is talking, so it is required of every man, the ghost return, that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men, and travel far and wide, and if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander through the world. Oh, woe is to me, and witness what it cannot share, but might have shared on earth, and turn to happiness. So, he's like, the ghost is like, if like Scrooge, for example, like Scrooge hasn't really gone outside his
Comfort zone. Where'd you go? Come
comfort zone.
back.
Yeah, so he's like,
I'm listening.
okay, so he hasn't really gone outside his comfort zone, and he's just stayed there, and he hasn't really helped anyone. And so like Marley did that, and so in the afterlife he has to like travel everywhere, and like he can't tell people, but he wants to, but like he sees people suffering, but he can't help them.
Yeah.
So it's just like if you don't go out, yeah.
Yeah. This is like really like not important, but like Dickens did die at 72 from a stroke, but before like a lot, because so he was married. Jacob, stop.
Keep going. Why do you have to stop?
Okay. Anyway, so like I don't even know where I was. Okay, so like before he was married, but then he broke it off with them because he felt like he couldn't give them.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to look at him.
Yeah.
Like he felt like that he couldn't give enough to his family because he did have like 3 kids, I think. Maybe a bit more, maybe more. I'm not sure. Like he felt like if he like left, like they would be fine, better off. But he was kind of replaying what his father did. Was because like
but his father didn't realize like that it would hurt him.
Yeah, like his dad was like, I'm in debt, so if I leave, I could pay it off and then maybe come back. But then it kind of affected the whole family.
Yeah.
What happened with his family was that like they kind of were left in like poverty as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think so. I think this whole book is like, or this whole story is like, kind of like channeling what is like his base feelings are, like how like everything works, like how your childhood influences your future, how your actions influence your future, like or your past, and like how every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Yeah, science.
All right. Anything else?
I'm good. You guys got anything else?
I'll check if I have any more. I don't.
Candy, turn the camera. Like, show them me.
Yeah.
Oh
you're good.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been in my bed all day and I'm really like pathetic.
Have you drinking medicine?
I take some, like, ibuprofen. That's really it, though.
You're nut.
You're a nut.
Actually, I'm not. I'm the egghead. I don't know what you talk about. The egghead one? Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Okay, well, sure. So there's page 73. 73, yeah. Okay.
Alright,
Just signal.
Eddie, I heard that.
Okay, I'm good to go. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so basically, let's see. So, you got it, Jake?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so he's talking to his like fiancée, and this is like when he's younger, and she's like kind of breaking up with him. Okay, they're talking about like his wealth and like how he's been selfish. So, I would gladly think otherwise if I could. She answered. Heaven knows, when I have learned a truth like this, I know that how strong and irresistible it must be. But if you are free today, tomorrow, yesterday, can I even believe that you would choose a dowerless girl? You who, in your every confidence with her, weigh everything by gain, or choosing her, if for a moment you are false enough to your own guiding principle to do so, do I not know that your repentance and regret would surely follow? I do, and I release you, with a full heart for the love of him you once were. So she's like saying like, yeah.
Okay.
She was like saying like, you're. So like she was saying how he changed and how he like got like greedy, and then he just kind of like lost sight of what he cared about, and all he wanted is money. So like, yeah, that's that.
Yeah, it's like he changed drastically to the point where like he didn't know.
Yeah,
or she didn't know who he was anymore.
Yeah, and then of course he like changes back more.
But he still can't get her back.
Well, yeah, too late now.
Yeah. Where are you going? All right, good to go.
Okay, bye, Jake.
Okay, well, we're done. All right. Great.